You won the Rookie of the Year. Now, did that involve breaking your arm and suddenly being able to throw a 100-mile-an-hour fastball? Tosh Show. Tosh Show. Tosh Show for show. All right. Welcome to another Tosh Show. Let's do roll call. Eddie.
Present.
Dylan.
Here.
Pete.
You went to get lunch.
Went to get lunch. All right. John.
Yo.
John's here. Oh. How you feeling, John?
I'm here.
John, he just underwent, first of all, every week you have to ask John, like, how you doing? And then you need to block out 30 minutes because something horrible has happened.
He does have something. He's like some cursed.
Yeah, some weird stuff happens to his body. Anyway, yeah, I saw him the other day. I was like, why are you dressed like that? And he's like, dressed like what? And he's just the way he was walking, he's just stiff. And he's like, I just had an operation on my testicle.
Yep.
You had a vasectomy, a successful vasectomy, correct?
Oh, yeah. Nothing down there.
Then, how many days later did you find out that you had a bunch of righteous kidney stones?
2 days later.
Did you pass a kidney stone, or you just knew that you had them?
I thought something was wrong. I had to go to the ER.
You thought something with your vasectomy had gone haywire. Turns out you just had kidney stones.
Yeah, so basically I went to the ER. They're like, pee in this cup, and it was like chai masala. It was very red and gross. And they're like, oh, you have kidneys.
Your urine was bloody?
Oh, it was covered in blood.
This is not newsworthy. This is just, This is a normal day in John's life.
Just normal.
I mean, it's an abnormal day. It never happened in my entire life, but
well,
sure.
Maybe this hasn't, but there's always something crazy's going on.
Well, the Lord works in mysterious ways.
That is true. That is true. And it's all part of his plan. Now, because of the kidney stones, you are probably pushing aggressively, and one of your testicles, what did it do?
It torsed.
It torsed.
Yes.
Now, how do you spell torsed?
It's like horse with a D at the end, but the T or the H is a T.
Okay, shut
But
the
you
fuck
removed
up.
the H?
It's
That's
not
forced.
That's not how you. To somebody that can't spell, you can never be like, it's like horse, but there's a D at the end, and then there's no H. And what do you do to unthorst a ball?
It had been like this for weeks after the vasectomy. When I went to out of town, we were staying in a hotel. We were up visiting Terica's family.
I mean, I feel like you can't tell the story. You just say your wife, because as soon as you say Terica,
my wife,
we're going to have to spend 45 minutes explaining that that's a name.
Yeah, okay. So I married someone with an ethnic background who has a name that's not American. Yes, my wife. So anyways.
I mean, I still can't wrap my head around it.
Yeah.
First, I learned the word thorst and Terica.
So she called her brother. He took me to the ER.
What's his name?
Why? What's her brother's name? That's a good question, Eddie.
Adam.
So ethnic.
It's a Quranian name.
Please, I don't want to get in trouble with the Quran right now.
Yeah, exactly.
So they've diagnosed you immediately that your ball had twisted?
So they took me in and did a ultrasound. They're like, hey, your testicle's upside down and twisted.
And how do you know if a ball's upside down or not?
That's true.
That's what the ultrasound does.
Was it actually on top of your penis?
No. It was in the top.
Wait, were the beans on the Franks?
This does sound like something about Mary. It's just everybody coming in to get a look at your balls.
Let me see
Exactly.
this thing. Holy shit.
They called in the specialist.
Well, sure, he wants to see it.
He described that he'd have to cut open my scrotum and untwist the ball, remove it if it was dead, and then suture me back up. I freaked out. He's like, every second counts, and then he left for an hour.
Why would you freak out? It's like not cancer. Who gives a shit?
I didn't know about testosterone levels, sex.
Who cares? You know how much more productive you'd be if you would knock it off chasing Terica around the place?
Right. Frank Thomas still takes pills. He gets plenty of tea.
Doug Flutie.
Yeah.
He's still pounding out. All he does is like a simple smoothie every morning, and he's horned up and ready to go.
He's ready to breed.
Hold on. Let me ask a serious question that's going to sound ridiculous. Could have you successfully jacked off during this moment?
Oh, yeah.
Never.
If I would have sent in, like, I'm talking
No way.
$10,000 whore.
I'm telling you.
She couldn't get you aroused?
This was the most excruciating
I don't
thing
think
in
you've
my
ever seen a $10,000 whore.
$20,000, $50,000. Like, keep going.
They couldn't get you aroused.
Walking was excruciating.
I get it.
But you're not walking in
I
this
get it.
scenario.
You're saying you couldn't have gotten a boner?
No way.
Huh.
No way.
I've never been in that kind of pain.
The kidney stone was the worst pain. I'd take kidney stones every day for a month over 2 hours of this.
All right. Wait. So he untwisted. He cut your ball open, and it wasn't dead.
Wasn't dead. I woke up. I had both my balls.
He didn't take any of it out. He said they're fine.
He said they're great.
So you made the whole thing up?
Yeah, this is all a big lie. None of this happened.
Well, how come it wasn't dead?
I don't know, man. I'm glad it wasn't.
I don't understand why you were so attached to this testicle.
You take one of your balls right now.
If they had it cut open, I'd say take them both out while you're there. What do they do? I'm 50 years old. I have no idea what my balls do. I know that I don't want them to get kicked.
Or cut out.
And I'd love it if they weren't there. Speaking of balls, today's guest specializes in basket and base balls. Enjoy. Tosh Show. My guest today has 3 or 4 part-time jobs. He works for both LA's #1 baseball team and its #2 basketball team. He's also an ace with a t-shirt cannon. Please welcome Mike.
Hey, how are you?
How'd you
Thanks
like
for
that
having
intro?
me. That was great. That was beautiful. I don't do the cannon. I wish. I
Have you ever fired a t-shirt cannon?
Not yet. They haven't entrusted me with the
You've
t-shirt
never
cannon.
fired a t-shirt.
No. But that's on my bucket list.
Yeah, right. Okay, first question.
Yes,
Do
yeah.
you believe in ghosts?
Generally, no. But I have had a couple of different instances that would prove otherwise. But one might just have been a case of sleep paralysis. And the other one might have been just like an old lady with cat-like reflexes.
Give me the second story. I want to know about the old lady with cat-like reflexes.
Well, this is just like a couple of years ago in Sherman Oaks. I'm walking down the street. There's an old lady walking kind of a little bit closer than I would like her to walk. You know, I look a couple of different times behind, and then the last time I look, she's completely gone. And like, you know, there were apartment complexes on the opposite side of the street. But again,
So she might have just lived there.
Yeah, but again, this lady's like 80 or 90. For her to have like, for the amount of times I look back to like kind of size her up.
You a slow walker?
No.
In general?
No. I'm actually, I'm a very fast walker. Again, like the third time I look back, like I'm not, it's still like, I get goosebumps. Like she was completely gone.
I mean, you're not a little man. Why are you so scared of an old woman?
I wasn't scared of
Well,
her.
you're just like over your shoulder so many times.
Yeah. Well, she kind of gave me the creeps. And like I said, then the third time completely vanished.
Man, that's a ghost. You were born in Korea and then moved to Chicago.
Yeah. Born in Korea until I was 2. The reason we moved over eventually, my dad was getting his master's at the University of Mississippi. So that was kind of odd that he chose Mississippi of all places.
It's a beautiful place.
I've never been.
You've never done the Bible Belt?
No, I'm very scared of going east of Wait, what is the Bible Belt technically?
Well, I'm going to say it's Arkansas, Alabama, Mississippi, South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia. Might as well throw Missouri in there.
Yeah, all of those. I'm
Is
kind
Texas
of a little
part of the belt? Texas,
Louisiana.
Oklahoma, Louisiana.
Oklahoma's part of that because I think okay.
I think
all right.
well, they're like they're like the buckle. They're
Yeah,
all right.
but pretty much
That's the Bible Belt.
yeah,
You
yeah.
haven't been to any of those places?
No. Actually, I have. I've been to. This is probably why I never wanted to go back because went to Myrtle Beach for
Myrtle fucking Beach.
spring break.
Yeah, that's a good spring break.
Yeah. No, not for me. Not for me.
Did you watch Magic Mike 2?
No.
That was about Myrtle Beach.
Was that set in Myrtle Beach?
Yes.
No, for me, I felt very awkward. I felt very othered when I was in the South.
Yeah.
And so that kind of left a sour taste in my mouth. So I've never been east of Illinois or Indiana pretty much ever since.
You go back to Chicago?
About once a year, twice a year. You know, I have a 2-year-old now, so we don't travel as much, obviously, in these last couple of years. So I know you have a couple of kids. Is your daughter's 2-ish too,
Yeah,
right?
she's 2.
Yeah, mine just turned 2 last Monday, so it's our
It's
first.
good having children to just say no to other people's plans.
Yeah, she is kind of a built-in excuse, or at the very least, leaving early.
Pretend that's why I leave early at a Dodgers game. I'm like, I got kids.
Wait, what time do you normally arrive?
I try to miss the national anthem because I
Okay.
don't like to take my hat off. Okay, that's one.
Okay.
And then What's that?
That's respectful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then I definitely leave the second Take Me Out to the Ball Game is sung.
Okay, so in the seventh
stretch.
inning, yeah.
I make it to the seventh. And then some people say, "Oh, that's not good." Well, the games don't matter. If you're gonna play 180 games, then me leaving after the seventh inning of one game shouldn't affect things.
No, I totally agree. But the thing that's crazy, so now that we've had like the pitch clock these last couple of years, so the games are
Games
done
are quick.
like 2.5 hours, typically. So we still have fans who won't arrive until like they get there like at the 5th, 6th inning. And it's kind of like that always blows me away. You're spending all that money to come out to the game, dealing with parking and so forth. And by the time you're actually in the stadium, like you have maybe like 3 innings left. That blows my mind away.
I get free tickets.
Do you?
Yes.
Do you?
Uh-huh. I don't ask a lot. I ask usually once a year I want to go, and I like to go before it gets boiling hot.
Yeah.
By the way, in Chicago.
Yes.
Were you weren't a Dodgers fan?
No, I
You
was
grew
actually a White Sox fan. So it's been
all right, look in the camera right now and say, fuck the Cubs.
easily. Fuck the Cubs. No, and wait, but let me rephrase. I will never root against the Cubs or any team from Chicago. So I want everyone to do well.
Okay.
But push comes to shove, yeah, I'm a White Sox fan for sure.
Explain to people, because you were in show business for a bit there.
I mean, yeah, if post-production. I mean, I guess technically it counts as show business, but it's not.
You're working on television.
Yeah, it's not the glamorous side of the business, that's for sure. You're stuck in a dark room and there's no windows.
But you went there because they paid more than the other side.
Well,
The dark rooms pay more.
I was a post-production coordinator before making this sports switch with a couple of post-supervisor and associate producer credits.
Well, you worked on the Sing-Off. And I was a fan of that show.
Really?
Nick Lachey was the host. It was on it was on a short run, like right before the Christmas holiday. And I always thought, this is a great show. The singing was wonderful. And the show just disappeared.
Well, it actually, I don't know if you're familiar with the group Pentatonics. They're kind of
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And I only listened to them during the holidays, but...
But yeah. I mean, they came from the show. It really hit like that bubble when it's weird to say when a cappella singing got huge.
Oh, yeah.
But it kind of hit that it hit that bubble. So, because that was right around the time, what was that movie with?
You know the movie with the cups?
Yeah. That was right around in that era. So it was there was just this zeitgeist of a cappella singing going on. And I feel like we were on the forefront of that. So
I know, the show was good. And what's his name? I always liked Sean from Boys to Men.
Yeah. I was for me, that was extra special because I was a huge Boys to Men fan growing up. So then, being able to interact with them as a judge, that was kind of surreal. So,
all right, what made you want to transition from a career in the entertainment industry to sports?
Ultimately, I was so burnt out from working in the entertainment industry. I knew I wanted to change, get a change in, kind of pursue something different. I mean, as a kid, everybody, who doesn't love sports growing up as a kid, right? So
I know a few people. We got a name for them, but we're not supposed to say it in this day and age.
But a huge sports fan growing up, So fast forward to after COVID, it was like, oh, maybe that's something I want to pursue.
All right, talk about how the conversation went when you told your wife you were going to quit a steady, decent paying job to start over as a Dodger usher.
No, it went well. So, honestly. Right when I was making this decision, we were either just engaged or just, prior to getting engaged. And on top of that, we were talking about starting a family. We were kind of in that process. And then also wanting to buy a house because we wanted a family. All credit to my wife. She was supportive right from get-go. She's like, if this is what you want, if this is what's going to make you happy, let's do it. The usher thing was... right around that time, the Dodgers had posted an open house interview for their usher staff, and showed up to this interview, and it was like one of those cattle call interviews. It was literally speed dating.
Yes.
And so the first lady.
Did you look around at the other people that were doing this and going, "Oh my goodness"?
Yeah, because what's
they're
crazy?
Significantly younger or significantly older than me.
Oh yeah. Exactly. And on top of it, there were kids showing up just wearing T-shirts, and I'm not joking, T-shirts and sweats. I'm in my mind, what is this world I'm getting into? Where it's I was in a tie. I was, it's
yes.
It's an interview, even though it's an open house, it's an interview. And so the first lady sees my resume, and she's just like, "Are you sure you want to be an usher?" I'm like, "I just want to get my foot in the door. Hopefully this leads to other things." She's like, "All right." Passes my resume on to the next person, and then looks at my resume, and he's like, "Yeah, you're not going to be happy being one of our ushers, but." it's not much better, but are you interested in joining our fan services team? And so interviewed with our fan services manager, pretty much got hired on the spot. And I don't know if you're familiar with that department, but that team is basically the team that's like mans the help desk. So we're there to like kind of answer questions about procedures, policies, so forth, where like Dodger dogs are throughout the stadium. But we also, that department was the department that also fields all the complaints about like, oh, why didn't I get like this bobblehead? Why didn't I get this?
And people can be mean there.
Oh, yeah. Like one time, it was Father's Day. We were giving out bucket hats. First 40,000 people were getting Father's Day bucket hats. So I'm at one of the stations, and invariably, when we run out of these bucket hats, people come to our stations to yell at us for, why don't you guys have enough bucket hats? And this was the first time in any aspect of my life that I ever had somebody say, do you know who so-and-so is? To like be like, you know. So he pulls it's not just that he's family, or he's like, I'm the cousin of Jason Bateman.
I'm not going to argue with you. I think he
Pretty
does.
good.
I think he deserves a bucket hat. Come on, Dodgers, do the right things.
But like
Make
cousin,
5 more.
I don't feel like cousin. At a certain point,
Cousin's bad.
yeah.
For those who may not fully grasp what happens during live sporting events, please describe what a typical shift looks like for you.
So I'm under the marketing and promotions department. My team specifically takes care of, if it's not baseball, we're taking care of every other aspect of entertainment that happens. The national anthem, the DJ, the bobbleheads, any of our video games up on the scoreboard, any of our video hits. We get to the game roughly 3 hours before. We show up for our briefing. We find out, because every game we're assigned to a different, they're called activations, and then we're typically done around the 7th, 8th inning.
Why do people care so much about bobbleheads?
I think a lot of people care about them because they know they do well on the resale market.
So they're just collecting them to resell them?
Yeah,
and
I think
how much do they
lot of
resell
people-
for? How much could they resell for?
I mean, the Shohei bobblehead that came out last year, there was like a variant where it was like he was gold. I don't know if they actually sold for it, but they were going on like eBay for like $5,000, $6,000, $7,000.
Are you personally responsible when we see some unfortunate son of a bitch on the Kiss cam get friend zoned in front of tens of thousands of people?
My team would definitely be responsible for that. We haven't actually done the Kiss cam probably like in 3 or 4 years.
Blow people's mind and let people know that, because everybody will argue this, but the Dodgers are the ones that invented the Kiss cam.
That I couldn't confirm that either way, so you would know more about that than I would.
told-
I mean, they invented the Kiss cam?
That they were the team,
They did.
which is great.
Okay.
I mean, because I'm sure it brought on tons of lawsuits. It's the only time legally you were allowed to make a move on someone sitting next to you, whether they want it or not. I think it holds up in court. Do people complain about the Nets going the whole way down the baseline? Because I love it.
You do?
Oh.
I think it's awful.
I'm team safety on that one. I zone out
what are
too
the odds?
often. What are the odds? How many? You want me to send you some videos?
I mean, it's happened, but like when you talk about
it's happened once is all
I mean,
you
the
need
odds
to
are
know.
less because of the
100,
Nets.
162 games for 30 teams, like that's
Listen,
just past the.
You're on the wrong side of this one. They're not going to get rid of these
No,
Nets.
they won't. They won't. But I'm just saying, like seeing that, like it's crazy.
I
that,
like it.
Okay.
I like the Nets.
Okay.
By the way, the helmet full of ice cream. First of all, it melts within 8 seconds.
Yeah.
And it's an ungodly amount of food.
It's well, yeah. I don't. The weird thing I know they sell them as souvenir items, but like everyone always. What do you do with that helmet? Like,
It fits my daughter's head perfcally.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
but then
yeah.
when do you wash it out? Like
I didn't. I just kind of little wiped it and there you go.
wait, during the
Put
it on her head.
Yes, I did. I don't trust myself catching a pop fly over the net.
But those aren't protected. They won't.
Better than hitting her head, I guess, right?
Okay. All right. Yeah. How old is your son?
6.
Have you had him do the kids take the field?
No.
That's my department. Are you familiar with
I'm
what
familiar
that
with
is?
this. This is pregame.
Yeah, well, so it's literally the very last thing we do before first pitch. So we randomly select 8 kids. That's actually one of my most favorite things that we do as a part of my team. We pick these 8 kids. They get assigned a player, and literally right when the Dodgers take the field, we send them out. They go out to their assigned player. They get a baseball sign. I think it's like one of the coolest things we do because I don't think.
Well, it doesn't seem random if you're saying that I can shoehorn my kid into
Well,
it.
no. I mean, it's a mixture of pre-selected kids, and then typically, so it's 8,
And then some VIP kids.
No, well,
Yes.
we could. We can make that happen for you. But also, we do genuinely because there's usually 3 or 4 spots that we have to fill game day of. And so we'll go out, we'll kind of scope the kids and see kids that are like, hey, these look like they're like really, big Dodger fans. And so parents always think we're trying to sell them something, which is always like, oh, no, I'm not trying to sell you.
I just want to take your kid away from you for a little bit.
No, give them like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
No, that's nice.
So, yeah.
That's wonderful. No, I don't want my kid to do that. Stay away from my kid. Who's given the best first pitch you've ever seen?
We had a miniature horse up here last season who threw out the first pitch.
You guys are really scraping the bottom of the barrel here.
So it did this thing where it was pretty funny. It was like with its nose like inching the ball forward towards home plate. So that was cool. I don't know if that's the best, but that was definitely the most.
Do you remember the worst first pitch?
We haven't had terrible ones because, they all get a chance to warm up, be sufficiently warmed up before they actually have to go out there. And on top of it, they don't have to throw from the mound if they don't want to.
Can you throw from the mound?
You can throw just like, you can't go onto the rubber, but like you can throw from the
That's gonna affect my ball.
Yeah.
My favorite first pitch is Bill Murray was in Chicago.
Okay.
Where he threw to first.
Oh, really?
It made me laugh.
That's pretty funny.
He looked over his shoulder and then just whipped it at first.
But they had to have planned that, right?
No, I don't know. I was a
'cause they
kid. It
don't
made
have
me laugh.
okay.
There was nobody there. The ball just went sailing.
Oh, there was no. Okay.
No, he
okay.
just
All right.
threw to first.
Okay.
The joke. Your promo team is called the Blue Crew.
Yeah.
I got some ideas for what you guys should do.
What? I can pass them along.
Good. Okay. How about this? Backwards bases night.
Backwards bases.
Yes, you're flip-flopping first and third. They're going to run the opposite way around.
Okay.
I think it'd be fun for everybody.
I mean, this sounds like a Savannah Bananas kind of thing.
Baseball. Every stadium is a different size. There's walls that are different. So knock it off. You're allowed to run backwards one night.
The whole game or just
the
like
whole game?
Inning? Okay. Because they did
Fine, 1 inning.
I don't know.
I'll settle for 1 inning.
There was
it's even crazier.
They did kind of float. I mean, to that, I think the league kind of floated out that idea of the golden ball or something like that. I don't think it's ever going to happen, but it's like if you hit a home run when it's the golden ball, counts for 5 runs or something.
I don't like that. I got another promotion idea for the Dodgers game.
Yeah.
Ready for this? This is something I will volunteer. We'll make it tasteful because we've blown it out of proportion with security.
Okay.
Security is the most important thing, yes. But streakers on the field, we don't need to destroy them. We don't need to tackle them. I get it that we don't want to, but the fans love it. So here's my pitch. It's not produced, but celebrity streakers.
Oh my God.
Okay?
Wait, but so they would get naked?
Yeah, ish. Maybe we just have a little dong slingshot on, whatever. But we run. The security's allowed to tackle me, but I'm gonna go for it. And no one's getting arrested. Everybody's going to cheer. I'm going to try to juke, and we'll see how long it can last.
Like a fifth inning, kind of in between innings.
In between innings.
Yeah.
Right.
You pitch
Respectful
this.
to the game, so.
Okay.
A celebrity streaker.
It's pretty good.
I think people would love it. I'm okay with getting laid out.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes. I'm just saying I don't want the consequences of now I have to go to jail. I don't want to be my arms broken.
Yeah.
But no, they can take me down.
Yeah.
They can lay me out.
We had one of our ball girls famously a year or two ago who she a fan was on the field and was about to hop over and she kind of helped take them down because they're part of our team as well, our greater team. So that was kind of a cool moment for her.
Where do you park?
Oh, we get to park on lot 2. So it's it's one section over from the stadium, so it's pretty good parking.
I love the Dodgers, and I moved to Los Angeles in the late 90s, and I hated every team, and I love sports. Hey, I'm from South Florida, so I was like, I'm not going to cheer for these teams, but I was like, I have to pick one team locally here that I adopt, and it was the Dodgers, mainly because I liked Vin Scully. I was like, oh, I'll listen to him. And then it's just the most beautiful stadium. Mm-hmm. It just holds up. Mm-hmm. And people complain about the parking, but yet whenever I park in the worst possible spot, in the lot, it's still just easy enough to walk into the game.
Well, I have a couple of hacks. So Stadium Way, as long as you get there in time where there's spots open, you can park for free on Stadium Way. And it's not much more than a 3-4 minute extra walk than if you were parking in lot 1 or 2. And then are you familiar with lot 14?
Well, not by number, but I get it.
So if you're looking at Dodger Stadium going up Vin Scully, it's the outdoor lot. So not inside the stadium, but just to the right. So that lot costs maybe $5-6, and you can park there for the game. And again, it's
I'm
only
not looking to save $5 or $6.
Well, but the best thing about parking on these areas, so it's not that you're saving money, which you are, but it's more so getting out because It's the
I'm
leaving
leaving at
that's
the
the
7th.
worst. That's true. That's true.
Well, you have a different hack, Daniel.
I got a
Yeah.
different hack.
Yeah.
I got a different hack. My hack is I don't care how much it cost, and I'm going to leave before the game ends.
But does it depend on like if it's a close game, will you stay, or are you just
No.
out the
I have
7th
children
inning
with me.
Yeah, yeah. When's the last time you stayed through the end of the game?
Never. I didn't stay, but when I grew up as a kid, my dad would bring me to St. Louis Cardinal games
Okay.
in Missouri. He never stayed. We were always like,
It's
let's
a
go.
family tradition. But then what if like
get outta
but then
here.
I guess
I don't even know what the end is like. You're supposed to listen to it on the radio when you drive home. That's how I know sporting events end.
Last 2 innings are for the radio.
But are there ever any instances where you're like, oh my God, I wish I would have stayed because I missed, like, for
No.
instance, last
I
year,
just
Shohei
tell-
hit a grand slam to win a
Oh,
game.
wouldn't that be neat? You won the Rookie of the Year. Now, did that involve breaking your arm and suddenly being able to throw a 100-mile-an-hour fastball?
See, that's a Cubs reference, so I would refuse to talk about that. But no. It was, it was a pretty big honor. And again, there's just this whole thing of like anything I do, I hope that I put my best foot forward and try to make a good impression.
By the way, this proves what I've always thought. Hiring is the worst part of every job, and the people that work for you, for the most part, it's not their dream job. Therefore, they're awful at it. and it definitely feels like it's magnified as I get older and look at younger generations. That but like if you're just a hard worker and a good worker, you're gonna just do well. How quickly did you get through this? One season of the shit job?
Yeah, I knew pretty early on that fan service. As grateful as I am for getting that position, I was not going to be there long term.
You also work for the Clippers.
Yes.
The stadium is beautiful.
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, it's been winning all sorts of awards for like being like innovative and technology, all the technologies. Have you been to a game there?
No.
You should go. You should go.
Are you doing the exact same thing at the Clippers games that you do in baseball, or no?
Fairly similar. I'm under the sales department team, basically. So basically for the Clippers, they sell experiences.
You can play on the court before the game?
Yeah.
What's that cost?
Honestly, it's not that much. I feel like after you buy your actual ticket package, it might be like an extra like $10 to $20 a head.
Can I hang on the rim?
No, we actually have a strict no dunking policy.
What?
We've kicked people out for trying to
These
dunk.
guys are monsters hanging on all game long. You think I'm going to affect the rim with my 185?
Wait, can you dunk? Can you touch the rim?
I can definitely hang on a rim, but I don't know that I
Wait,
can still dunk.
you can still jump like.
Yeah, well, I'm 6'4".
Wow,
It's not that
okay.
impressive. If I was on an NBA team, they'd call me 6'6".
When's the last time?
Yesterday.
Wait, really?
Well, I got a goal in my yard, and I touch it every day.
Okay. Well, we would have to kick you out if you.
If you hung on it,
Yeah,
even if I paid the extra $20 a head.
Yeah.
Have you ever been close enough to smell James Harden's beard?
No, but we have this activation, so it's very much similar to like Kids Take the Field. It's called Anthem Buddies. So every game, we line them up and they're standing in front of the players, but James specifically makes sure he's off to the side. So there's definitely been different occasions where like as we're shuffling the kids off, he's definitely given me several dirty looks throughout the course of the season.
Because why? He does.
I think he's just, he wants to get in the zone for the game, so he doesn't want any distractions and so forth.
He doesn't want a child touching him.
No, so I mean, he's definitely off to the side. Like you'll if you ever watch a game, you'll see all the players and all the kids right in front of him, and he's like 6 feet off to the side from that.
Quite a beard. He always got his head like this. I always feel like it's because of the beard. Are you going to be involved in the 2028 games here in LA?
That's a good question. I think didn't they just announce a couple weeks ago that Dodger Stadium would be a venue. So I'm assuming,
Oh, that'd be fun.
if I'm still with the team, hopefully I am in some capacity or another. But yeah, that would be amazing. Same thing. I think Intuit Dome is probably going to be a venue for some events as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean we have the All-Star game coming next year, so that'll be cool to Intuit Dome. So that'll be fun.
The All-Star basketball game?
Yeah.
That's barely something.
It's kind of its last.
That's a notch above the in-season playoff game or whatever.
No. I mean, it's
The only thing the NBA has gotten completely right is the play-in game.
that's fun. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That worked. What about you? Ever interest in football?
I enjoy gambling on football. So
Now we're speaking my love language.
Yeah. So for instance, for both baseball and basketball, I'm sure it's for all sports. You can't gamble on that sport if you're working for the sport. At least knowingly.
So that's why you won't work for football.
Well, no, not
because
just that,
your
but, like,
gambling
football
problem.
is my. No, I don't have a. I mean, I guess I am Asian, so I have a little bit of a gambling problem. But
Is that the stereotype that is spot
yeah.
on?
no, yeah, but right. This is like I feel like a general
I always
like
feel
Asian
like,
people like.
I mean,
have
I've been in casinos my entire working career, so
Yeah.
I'm very aware.
like
I always
poker or like
anything. I'll bet on sports. I love it,
Yeah.
and I always assume that Asians, right or wrong, know more
yeah
about whatever we're about to bet on.
yeah. Are you more of a blackjack guy or a poker guy?
Poker,
Okay.
back in the day, I
Yeah.
used to play at the Hustler Casino constantly.
Okay. Lost a lot of money there. Lost a lot of money.
But
at
did
the
you get
Hustler.
free donuts at 6 a.m.?
No, I wasn't that much of a.
Oh.
You used to play until
Till the donut cart came around
there was a donut cart
at
that would
6
come.
a.m. to reward us for staying all night.
Okay.
It was a good
Okay.
time.
All
Larry
right.
Flint would roll up in his gold wheelchair.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he.
I
Wait.
saw him playing with Phil Ivey every night. All
Okay.
of them. Yeah.
All right.
Is having a wife and kid holding you back from achieving your dreams?
No, not at all.
Because a lot of people in these sports jobs just jump around the country constantly.
You're right. So I know that that's one reality that's not going to be for me. Having my daughter, being married, that actually gives me a more of a push and drive to do better and kind of be there to support my family. So
You also have a blog that explores the hidden sides of California. Now, I hate leaving my house, but if I wanted to blow my kids' minds, is there something that I should definitely be doing with them?
The thing is for me, like, they don't have to be necessarily like these grandiose things. They can be, but they also can be small things. You're probably aware with it, like every September where they do the waves of flags out on the Pepperdine front lawn. I mean, I think that's something a lot of people aren't aware that they do to memorialize the people that lost their lives. But
I have photos of my kids in there, and we always try to find, like one or two flags from different countries so that kids can name those.
Yeah, so for me, like I'm Korean, as we kind of spoke about a little bit earlier, and so there is one Korean flag because there was one Korean national who lost his life.
Do you find the flag? Does it take you a while? It's not easy.
No, for me, because I know what I know what the flag looks like, and I can kind of
I know what the flag looks like. You're not that special.
Are you familiar with the Malibu Hindu temple? It's like this beautifully white, ornate temple on Los Virgenes Canyon. That's like just before you kind of get to the tunnel if you're going out to the ocean, right? It's beautiful, and it's you can visit it.
Even if we're not Hindu?
No, yeah. I mean, they welcome all,
Okay.
and then because they want donations, so they'll welcome anybody with a. You don't have to donate.
Do you go to the Santa Monica Children's Museum?
Oh, is that the one that's in the bottom of the pier
Top.
or the main? Or
No,
top
it's in the
level of
plaza. That little plaza on the 3rd Street at the end of it.
Okay.
Top
No, I'm
floor.
not familiar.
Well, here's the hack.
Okay.
You have to become a member.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because they let like 1 hour in the morning before they let the general public come in.
Okay.
And all the toys are arranged nicely everywhere, and all the things that they interact. But then once they let the riffraff in, you just got to grab your kid and run.
Chaos. It's like a tornado. Okay.
Oh.
How much is the membership?
I think it's a donation.
Okay.
Whatever
All right.
you want.
Other than the early access, would you recommend it, or are you?
Yeah,
kinda like
I recommend it because you're donating to like a children's museum,
Okay.
so it's a good thing.
2-year-old, like my 2-year-old, would have fun. Or
Yeah,
is it a
she'll
little
have
bit
the best
older.
time. No, she'll have the best time of her life.
Okay. All right.
There's all kinds of things. Does she like to climb? Does
She
like
has,
bubbles?
she's starting to really be self-sufficient on her own, but she hasn't really started. She loves bubbles. I mean,
they have a bubble machine that you can make literally a bubble the size of this room.
no.
Yes.
Oh, like we're the magicians that can kind of get inside it.
Well,
that
it's
kind
different.
Of thing.
This thing, you crank this
Okay.
thing and it opens up
Okay.
this thing, and then you start blowing into it, and this huge wall is a bubble.
Okay.
And you just start blowing, and the people that work there, they get really good with
Okay.
it. It's
Yeah.
like somebody working a kiosk
Yeah.
in a mall with a boomerang. They know how to use it. But
I love bubbles. I mean, that's. But what's funny is the reason I say that is because like I think they're fantastic, but also I think like anytime you go to a bubble show, not a bubble show. Wait, well,
what the fuck are you talking about? A bubble show?
it's like it looks weird if just adults go. I feel like that's something where you only have kids because my now wife, we went to there was like this bubble magician who did a show. Kind of in the Long Beach area. So, like, I was excited for that.
You traveled to this?
Yeah, we got tickets. And then, of course, it's all little kids. And then here's, like, 2 adults without any kids watching the bubble show. So that was awkward.
Best pizza in LA, and don't pick any place that does deep dish. Just
Well-
normal pizza.
Oh, I've got one for you. Hail Mary Pizza in Atwater Village.
Okay.
Are you
I don't know. I haven't been there.
They do it's basically New York style. It's sourdough crust. They kind of do some crazy toppings. If you get a pie there and don't enjoy it, I will pay for that pie. So
No.
let me know.
I will love it. All right. Well, I don't know why we haven't discussed this yet, but you were on The Price is Right. You got to play Plinko. You spun the wheel. You hit $1 to beat someone who had spun 95 cents prior.
No.
Just to lose in the showcase.
No, yeah. So so even more impressive,
You
woman.
played Plinko. How much cash did you win in Plinko?
I won almost 60,000 in Plinko.
Did you have a strategy on Plinko?
No, who has a strategy on
Listen,
Plinko?
you should
It's
know
completely.
if you set it here, it's going to go in this region. I don't know.
No, but it's all.
You've never
it's
studied
like,
it?
It's what's the from like Jurassic Park and the chaos theory, right? Like you can't, even if you put it in the same spot, it's not going to go the exact same path because of all the. Right. So,
I don't know.
anyways, I got all 6 or 7 coins from guessing all the items right, and so it was the 50th anniversary special too. Because typically that center.
Why were you there?
It's been a dream of mine to be on Price is Right since like I moved out to LA. Like I've actually. There was one time we stood in
Dumbest
line.
dream.
We stood in line in front of Television City one time. And
a group of you, and you had T-shirts on?
Yeah. And it turned out they weren't filming that day. So we had like stood out for like a couple hours until security comes out. And he was like, because we were like first in line. So we were like, we were getting on.
There wasn't a line.
No, we were the first in line. So we were all so like stoked. Finally, security comes out. I was like, we're not taping
Right.
today. So,
I was telling you, there wasn't a line that day. I'm going to start from the beginning.
Yeah.
They called your name.
Yeah.
Do you hug and kiss everybody that
Oh,
you're
yeah. My wife gives me grief because I'm high-fiving all my friends, and I totally forget to, like, high-five and acknowledge my wife as I'm going down. It was like, I feel bad about that.
Okay.
I really, truly feel bad. But then, yeah, I
with?
won.
Run down to contestants row. What was the item that you had a bid on?
So it was a gold necklace, which we still have today. It was, like, valued. At the time, it was I think it was about $10,000.
What'd you bid on that necklace?
So I bid.
Usually it's not a $10,000 item that you're bidding.
Again, it was because it was the 50th anniversary. So everything was.
Man, everything was elevated.
Elevated.
Got it.
So my only strategy was whatever bid that I thought, there's only, I think, like 1 or 2 people. I was just going to bid $1 higher or go a little bit higher.
Asshole move. Got it.
So I did. And
You just fucked those people up.
and again, we all were bidding like, I haven't watched it in a while.
6,000, 2,000.
Not even like, yeah.
Okay.
So when like, Drew announces that it was like 10,000 something, everyone was shocked. Go up on stage. Then they reveal the first game and it's Plinko. And I'm like,
That's such a winner.
that like dream come true for me on top of it. Because that's the game you want.
It's the only game you want.
That's
You
the game
just
you
want
want.
cash.
And again, there's no strategy. You just drop.
First you got to win all the coins. But
Yeah. And I got all those, higher, lower, I got all those right. I'm just trying to go random. But for the one that I got the $50,000 on, after the fact, everyone's like, why didn't you keep dropping it in the same spot? But then again, I'm like, I don't think that it works like that for Plinko. It was
a good
nice.
day.
It was nice. Yeah.
$10,000 necklace, 60,000 Plinko. Everything else is a free roll. Now let's get to the big wheel.
Yeah. So this was amazing. So I can't remember if it was the first or second woman, but the one woman lands on the $1.
Oh.
So right then I'm like, I'm done. I am done, right? So the first one, I think I spin like 65.
Do you eyeball where the 45 is or no?
No, because you can't.
How heavy is the wheel?
It's heavy.
So you got to 45. You got to do a little spin off with her.
Yeah.
So you win $1,000 for that.
Yes.
Is that right, or $100?
It's 1,000. I won
$1,000.
1,000. Yeah.
Okay, then.
And then we go to a playoff. So it doesn't. So I had to get $1 just to go to a playoff. with her, right.
This is unbelievable.
So then she spins and she spun. It was low. So basically it was like any decent spin, I'm gonna move on.
What'd you get?
So I don't remember,
Okay,
but
whatever.
yeah,
Now you're in the
yeah.
Showcase Showdown. You're the lead guy.
Yes.
You pass on the first Showcase Showdown,
Exactly.
no matter what.
Exactly.
You don't even just see it.
Well, that wasn't my only strategy was if there's a boat, I'm passing because it's like I've heard horror stories of it. Do you own a boat?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Fuck, yeah, I own a
Isn't
boat.
it awful to own a
I
boat?
love it.
Really?
Yeah.
Just like
I'm
the
a boater.
storage and cleaning and all that.
I don't
Isn't that
clean it and I
awful?
don't store it.
I've always heard that like it's awful to own a boat.
Everyone's the best day for a boat owner is the day they buy it and the day they sell it. But whatever.
So first, the big prize of the first batch of prizes for that first showcase, it's a boat. So I'm like, I'm passing.
Damn it! I wish you had a boat right now.
Me too.
Just driving around LA.
Oh my God, that would have been awful. But then the second one, it was a brand new BMW SUV. a trip to South Africa.
I don't like these trips.
Yeah. What?
I don't buy it. Their trips are all weird.
Wait, it's a trip to South Africa.
Is it
though.
first class air?
That I don't know.
Yeah,
but
but-
I think you can let's say
You
if
can
it's
upgrade?
coach, I'm sure you could, right?
Okay.
You must be able to because at least for the cars, I think I heard that if you want a car, you can basically upgrade to whatever other model once you're basically go to the dealership
Okay.
after whatever they
That's
have the
interesting.
partnership.
I didn't know this.
I'm almost positive that that's true.
Oh, but did you like the BMW that they had?
Oh my God, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was so stoked.
What'd you bid?
This is where the strategy bit me in the butt because obviously you don't want to overbid, right? Because then you're just out of
How
it.
did she do on her bid?
Here's the thing. The only reason I feel good, she was maybe $300 to $100 off. So in hindsight, it didn't matter what I bid unless I nailed.
$300 off?
Yeah, it didn't
she knows
matter.
boats.
Yeah, I way underbid it because I think I bid somewhere in the mid 40,000s, and then the package it was 55,000. So I was way off.
You don't get to talk to the models at all?
No.
Did you get to hug any of them a little bit?
No, I wanted to hug the one. There's the one Australian guy, so he's kind of like no, he's
You wanted the one man
he was a
model
fan.
to hug?
He's like a fan favorite. He's really he's yeah. So I was definitely when I was up for
I'll be
Quinto,
honest. This has gone downhill since Bob Barker left.
Yeah, never even seen this guy.
But
But,
all right. So you met the Australian.
yeah. No, I didn't. I
you
wish
did-
I had, but I
Okay.
didn't.
But you did Price is Right here in America. Would you do Squid Games in South Korea?
I don't. I mean, is that that's not real?
What? I've
not real.
What are you
heard
talking
rumblings.
about?
I've heard rumblings that there is some truth to the Squid Games.
Where you would potentially die?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't even seem potential. It's like you're definitely going to
Oh,
die.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like
yeah,
only
yeah.
one person gets to
Right.
win. It's like,
Big odds.
oh,
Big
that's,
odds.
that's a tough sell. But I love children's games. Gifts. Everybody that's on the show gets gifts.
Yes.
Oh, man. It's just stuff I find around my house. You're going to love this. By the way, recently, I potty trained my daughter. So
Oh,
these are, do you use Cotier? They're the best diapers in the world.
we get Costco diapers.
No. You're going to blow your daughter's
Okay,
mind.
okay.
These things are amazing. You got you a couple hundred of these. Oh, they're so good.
This
But
is amazing.
We just potty trained.
This is amazing.
These are the pant. Use the pant. These
those
are the regular
pull-ups?
diaper. Yeah,
Are those
these are
the
the
pull-ups?
But don't
Okay.
let her sleep in the pull-ups.
Okay.
Use the regular
Okay.
for that. Okay, get that off my desk.
This is size 4s then, right?
Yeah. It's
I
the
think
right size.
she's-
She'll
I
be
don't
a
know if
4.
she's-
If she's
okay.
not a 4
Okay.
yet, she will
Okay.
be.
Wait, is your 2-year-old in pull-ups yet?
No,
Are
my
you-
2-year-old's potty trained. That's why I'm giving you the diapers.
Your 2-year-old's already potty trained?
She's 2.6, 2.5. So it's not a competition. Okay, Mike. Kids learn things at different rates.
No, but 2's still pretty early.
Well,
if she's
I'll be honest
like
with you.
fully?
She started. She's fully now. That's why I'm giving you the diapers.
Is she
okay?
is she in a
she
bed?
started at 1.4. No, she's still in a
Still in
crib.
a crib, okay,
She likes
okay,
her crib.
right.
Get that off the desk. You don't have to do it one at a
He's
time.
taking
okay,
one at a
okay,
time.
okay, okay.
This is so
No, this
funny.
is great. No, this is amazing.
This is
Yeah,
a nice
it's-
sleep sack. We don't need it anymore.
Wait, this is huge. No, it's not huge.
No, it'll
It's
be
kind of moist.
no, it's nice. It's clean.
Moist.
Whatever. Wash it again. Here's some cute boots for her.
Wait, this fits a 2-year-old?
If it doesn't fit her today, it'll fit her in a few weeks.
Mike is
Well, wait,
Mike.
but
These are two. They don't work for her anymore.
Oh, so these are pre-worn.
Yes, they're pre-worn.
Okay.
You're not getting
Okay.
anything for free that isn't used. I don't like this anymore in my house. My wife likes it. This you bring anywhere for her.
Oh my God, that's adorable.
But it also has straps so that you can hook it to, like you can bring it to a restaurant and put it on, and it can be their booster cheese. It's a lot nicer than a restaurant one. But I told my wife, I'm like, we're done. She doesn't use it anymore. She's
okay, all right,
you're gonna love
Thank you. No, this is amazing.
Some of it is.
Isn't there a tray for that?
Oh, I forgot. I'll send you the tray.
Okay.
I'll send you. There's a tray
Great,
that goes.
great.
Here's some sweaters and some dresses.
Oh my God.
Look at this one. Says Paris. Oh, it's so cute. She'll love it. Bunch of dresses.
This is amazing.
we'll
This
get-
is
we'll get-
no. This is we will wholeheartedly use
Here's a
these.
dog that poops. Yeah, whatever. Some, got her big coloring book. My
Oh
daughter doesn't.
my God.
Okay, get this dog off my desk.
This is amazing.
I don't. This has never been used. I don't think, or maybe it has.
What-
It's just a huge blanket for picnics, but like when you go to the parks, but it's too big. My wife's like, "Why'd you get it? It's so big."
Wait,
This is massive.
Is there no? I always feel like you want a bigger.
Yes, that's what I thought. But now it's too big. Like my wife's like, "We're taking up half the park." Whatever.
No, that's amazing.
Well, now you got a big blanket.
I don't know how I'm going to take this all back with me.
No,
but
we'll
this
get
is-
you something.
Okay.
Well, you
Like
got
a
to name
dolly?
a price
Is that
first.
cats? Here's a cat. I don't like cats. Here's a ball.
Wait, is that a cat?
Yeah, it's a cat. It's got whiskers.
Like a. Oh, okay.
Whatever.
Why? Where's the.
Sunshades. I don't need those. Hate those things. You ever use those on your car?
We do. These are
I
kind
never-
of old.
Yeah, throw them away.
These are kind of old.
You can throw them trash away.
Wait, I brought. Where were they? I brought you gifts because I.
I don't want anything.
No, well, it's also for your.
man.
It's also for your kids as well.
Hold on. Let me see what you brought me. This is from Nordstrom Rack?
No, that's just the bag.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. Well, it's funny that you mentioned Vin, because this
Oh,
is
look
a
at
Vin
Vin.
bobblehead.
A Vin bobble. That's not bad, guys.
So that's for
That's
you.
good.
That's for you.
I like
Yeah.
Vin.
This is for your son, a Mookie Betts bobblehead.
He doesn't like Mookie.
Wait, how does he not like Mookie Betts?
No,
Like
he does.
Mookie Betts is okay.
He likes Mookie.
And then this is for your daughter, little Dodger Hello Kitty plush.
Look at this. I actually, I'm not. That wasn't even for you. I always have my Dodger cap.
I got a lot of hats.
I know, but I'm just letting you know that I actually am a Dodger fan.
Oh, okay. But you didn't put it on at all during this.
Well, I'm not going to wear a hat during the interview.
Okay.
Hey,
But then why is it here?
Because I wore it here.
Oh, got it.
It's my I don't live here.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. No, yeah.
This is it. By the way,
Yes.
let me tell you a complaint about Dodger Stadium.
Okay.
You could do better to put more toy type things in the gift shop. You'd make a killing. There's nothing. The dumb Dodger dog that's like a gross shade of pink. Or the rally monkey. There's like three things that anytime
which
we
store
go,
have you gone to the Top Deck store? Like the Top Deck store is our
I
main
don't go
store.
up to the top. I go to the entrance, the store right on the entranceway, on the outfield, on the right there when you walk in.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
Mike, thanks for being on the show. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
All
That
right.
was fun.
Tosh Show. I want to thank Mike for being on the show. And I look forward to throwing out that first pitch. Got some plugs here. toshshowstore.com. Come check us out. Check out our dates. Adding a show, I believe, in Monterey. Going to do the free plug now, but not without free plug music. Carl, go ahead. Lovely. All right. This week's free plug is for the Beverly Hills Horseshoe Club in beautiful Beverly Hills, Florida. Huh.
Interesting.
Beverly Hills, Florida. I've never heard of it. I've lived in Florida. Where is that?
Above Tampa.
Above Tampa. Oh, that's no man's land. Up there above Tampa. It's located just off State Road 491, not Rodeo Drive. They have 24 clay courts, mostly in shaded areas. That's fancy. It's like Roland Garros. The red clays of Beverly Hills, Florida, at the Horseshoe Club. The courts are open during daylight hours 7 days a week for anyone who wishes to play or practice. Both club members and non-members may make use of the facility. Okay, that makes no fucking sense. What's the point of a membership? Maybe a membership gives you a deal. By the way, do you guys play horseshoes? I have a horseshoe pit up in Tahoe, and I like to throw the shoes around. First of all, very dangerous.
Yes.
Heavy. They're heavy. Now, I know if you get a ringer, is that 3 points?
That's how we play.
The farthest away from the stick that is it called a stick or post, whatever, it's only the width of one horseshoe. Anything past that doesn't count at all. So you get 1 point for that and 3 points for a ringer.
Mm-hmm.
And what are you supposed to play to? Because we always play to 5. Because if not, it takes too long.
I guess I thought 21.
21 is what you're supposed to play to?
Yeah, I don't know what you're supposed to.
I've never done it. They hold a full schedule of sanctioned tournaments on the second Saturday of the month. Is that coming up? You figure that out. Look at a calendar. I don't know when you're listening to this. They also conduct handicap leagues. Do we say handicap?
We probably shouldn't. That's how.
Is that from their website?
That's from their website.
Yeah.
They should update their website. They have handicap leagues at 9 a.m. 9 a.m.? You know how long it takes them to get up and do all the things to get out the door?
It's quite a bit. Yeah.
Them.
Well, you know what I meant.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I think it should be like they should get a nice afternoon. I guess in Florida though, you don't want to be too late in the day.
That's true.
Or maybe they're talking about amateur horseshoe pitchers. Like, what's their handicap? I don't get it. Well, Anyway, this is the Beverly Hills Horseshoe Club in Beverly Hills, Florida. That sounds like a good time. See you next week. Tosh Show. Tosh Show. Tosh Show for show.